Hey guys, what's up? This is Justin from GuitarMadeEZ.com, and today I'm going to give you a little lesson on bar chords. Basically what bar chords are is they're just regular major, minor, seventh chords, whatever kind of chords you want, and they're played by barring your finger across the fretboard like that. So you're barring your pointer finger, and basically you're making this finger touch all the strings on, for example, this is the 5th fret. And an A major bar chord would look like this. It would be your pointer finger barred over the 5th fret. Your middle finger is going to be on that G string, so the 3rd string, and then you've got your pinky on the 4th string, and your ring finger is going to be on the 5th string. So when you play that, all the strings should ring. When you first start off practicing these chords, they're really hard because it's hard if you don't have that great of finger strength. But you want to make it so that every single string rings perfectly. And the way you can check that is you can arpeggiate the chord, which basically means playing the chord but string by string. So that chord rings pretty well. That chord does too. That chord does too. They all ring really well, but if you're first starting off, you might get a string that sounds something like that. So you just want to go to the string and be like, okay, I'm going to press harder with the corresponding finger. So focus really hard and play it. Now it sounds okay. So just keep on going through these chords and arpeggiating them so that they all ring perfect. Okay? So I just showed you the A major bar chord. And the main difference is when you play a regular major chord in this position, like an A major chord, that's an A major, then here's an A major bar chord, which is basically the same chord with the same notes. It sounds pretty much the same. Usually bar chords give the chord a little bit more flavor. It's a little bit more complex, and sometimes you're playing, for example, if you're playing a D major regular chord, you're playing 4 strings, so you get 4 tones. Now if you're playing a D major bar chord, you get 6 strings, so you're getting 6 tones, so it gives it a little bit more flavor. Hear that? Hear the difference? You can hear a little bit more, almost like a high-pitched ping if you're playing the D major bar chord. But right now I want to show you a little bit about the chord fingerings. So if you're playing major bar chords, what you want to do is, if you want to play a major bar chord that's corresponding to a note on the 6th string, like in the previous lesson when I showed you a little bit about power chords, I showed you that depending on the very first note on this 6th string, wherever you bar your finger, that's basically what's going to determine the chord. So right here, this is an A note on the 6th string, on the E string, and so that determines that's an A chord. But let's move this to the 10th fret, which happens to be a D note, just like I showed you. And so that's going to be a D major bar chord. You just move this shape, the shape that I showed you, all around. So you've got an F, you've got a G, you've got an A, you've got a B, and then back to E. So you move that shape all up around the 6th string, and it'll give you different chords. So once you have this formation down, you can move it all around the 6th string on the fretboard, and it'll give you different chords. Now, if you want to make a bar chord on the 5th string, starting on the 5th string, this is the shape that I'm going to show you. It's basically a power chord shape. However, what you want to do is, let's take a C bar chord, for example, C major bar chord. So this is a C note on the 5th string. So your pointer finger is on the 5th, and then you're actually using your ring finger to bar the rest of the notes. And so 2 frets over on the 5th fret is your ring finger is going to be barring the D string, the G string, and the B string. Okay, this string is kind of muted, this top E. If you want to play it, technically you should hit this note right here, but nobody ever does. And so you're basically playing 4 notes. Okay, so that's a C bar chord. The C bar chord on the 6th string is. So that's basically the difference right there. And you can move this shape all around the 5th string in this position, and it'll give you different chords. For example, we got B, C, D, E, F. So you can move it all around. That'll give you different sounds and stuff like that. And now for the minor chords. The minor chords, starting on the 6th string, the shape is pretty much the same as the major bar chord shape. However, just take your middle finger off. So all you got to do is, if you want to play a G minor, remember this is a G major bar chord. If you want to play minor, hear the difference? This is happening. Sad. So just take your middle finger off and move it around. So you've got F minor, G minor, A minor, and then so on. Alright? So that's basically the same as the major bar chord, just take the middle finger off. All these chord diagrams are also on GuitarMadeEZ.com, so check that out. And now on the 5th string, if you want to make a minor chord, minor bar chord, what you want to do is, for example, let's take B minor. So we'll go do a B major, and now what you want to do is, instead of barring all 3 of these strings right here, you want to have this the same, these 2 guys are the same. However, you take your middle finger and you put it on that B string. So you see I've got my pointer finger right there, my ring finger is the next one, then my pinky, and then on the 3rd fret, you've got your middle finger. So it's a B minor, C minor, D minor, and so on. Alright, you move that shape all up and down, it's going to give you a bunch of different chords. So that's basically it for bar chords. And one thing that might help you out is, when you're barring this finger, the more you stick this finger up towards your face, the easier it's going to be. It doesn't look good. A lot of people will practice bar chords and they'll have the tip of their finger touching that string, but move that barring finger all the way up. That'll make it ring perfect pretty much every time. So just work on that. And then the last kind of cool thing that you can do with bar chords is you can incorporate palm muting, not palm muting, but regular, just I'd say fret muting with it. And what you do is, if you have a bar chord shape, you're basically pressing down on all these strings. So when you're playing, you're hitting all the strings and it's making all the notes ring. However, what you can do is it doesn't really have anything to do with your right hand, but with your left hand, you can lift up. So none of the strings will ring. You're basically muting with this hand. And so if you're strumming, it kind of gives you a cool little thing to do if you're, writing or playing a song or something like that. You can actually mute these strings with this hand, and it adds a little bit, it just adds a little bit of diversity to whatever you're playing. So, you can play. Really good chords to work on, because it really helps further your playing and also develop finger strength. So just give that a try, and I understand that these chords are probably the hardest chords you guys will learn, but just keep on working at it, and it'll be no time before you guys will get it. So if you have any questions, email me. Email is on the site, webmaster@GuitarMadeEZ.com, and let me know what you guys think. Alright, thanks.